David's going to do a live demonstration here of the software of both QGIS and QField. He's also graciously ran out and collected some NGS data. And so I'm going to pass it to Dave. Dave, I'm going to be quiet. And again, congratulations on your most recent award by XYHT.
Hey, much appreciated, Nick. Yeah, thank you for coming, everyone. Happy to be here. Love the memes, of course, as always. So I'm just going to walk you through how to download and set up an NGS monument as a control point in QField, and how to set up your QGIS project layer so you can get your data collection form properly correct for QField on the Android, the mobile data collection device, and then bring it back to the desktop so you can export it to CAD. So we'll start out by going to the NGS website, and here they have a great map, a data explorer, where you can go ahead and download all of the shape files and data sheets of NGS monuments that you can use as control. So right here, I'm from Fountain Hills, so I went over here and downloaded this one right here. You can pull up the data sheet here as well, get all the additional information as well as locate information here at the bottom. So I've already went ahead and downloaded that. So let's switch over to QGIS. We got a new project open right here. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and add that layer. So we've already downloaded it right here. So we'll just find where we downloaded that shapefile off the NGS website. We'll add that shapefile to the project, hit add, and is now here on the project. So right now we don't have any base maps or anything yet. So it's just a single dot on this blank screen, but we'll go ahead and fix that in a second. All right, next we're going to create our data collection layer that we'll actually use to put our data from our BAD GNSS receiver into the project. This is purely going to be a reference layer of this NGS monument right here. So to do that, we'll go to layer, we'll create a layer, we'll just do a geo package that works perfectly well with QField as well as QGIS. We'll just call this data collection survey. We'll also call that as our table name right here. This is going to be a point geometry type, and we can either collect in NAD 83 2011 or WGS 84, depending on what sort of data corrections you're receiving. So we'll go ahead and add that. So now we have data collection server. There's no data yet in this layer. So we're going to go ahead and configure this so we can get to start adding that. So we'll go over to fields. You're going to hit edit right here, and we're going to add a couple of fields. So let's just do a couple demo fields right here. We'll do text, add that. You have to specify the length, so we'll just do 256 for that. We'll add another one. This one will just be just a number. We'll add that. And we're also going to go and add a date field as well. So of course, this is going to be the type, date, and time. And we'll also add a field for a photo, so we can add some attachments. So, that's going to be a text right now. I'll show you how you can actually add attachments. Let's change the length of that. All right, so if we go down to the attributes form right here, you can see that we have our fields right here. We're auto-generating our form right now, so we're actually going to go customize that. So right now we have the field ID in our form. Let's get rid of that. We'll add a couple different containers to help sort things for our data collection form. So we'll do one just called overview, add that. And we'll also do one for our photo attachment as well. All right, so let's go ahead and actually apply this. That's the reason our fields aren't showing up. Let's pop that back open. Go to attributes form, and you can see all of our fields are appearing now over here. So if we add text, we'll add text under overview, number as well. You can also do the date, and let's add photo over here. So now that we have everything added to our form, let's go ahead and configure it. So right here, this is the text you're going to see while you're actually collecting in QField. So alias, enter text here. So this would prompt you to enter the data. You see the widget type is text edit. That is good. We'll do one for number as well. So for this, you can also enter a number in text edit, but when you pull it open on QField, it'll only prompt you to enter numbers right there. So the data will still be properly aligned. And again, this could be for any attribute, any aspect of data collection you please. I'm just showing the basics how to set it up. So here for date, we have our date time right here. You see our widget is set up properly for that. And if you go down to default value, you can enter this right here, and you can just do $now, and then that will fill in whatever the date is when you collect the data. And then finally, we'll have a photo. And so change this from text edit. We're gonna have an attachment here. You want to save this as relative paths. So when you transfer the project to and from QGIS, everything is stored along with it. And right here, you want to change this integrated document viewer from no content to image so you can actually view the image. So that configures all of your fields using all of these widgets for the attachments. So you have that set up now. And so now that you've had your form creation, you're ready to add your base map. To add some context really helps with locates. So right here, you can see I already have a base map loaded up. If you're doing this for the first time, it's not as intuitive as some other GIS programs. All you have to do though is just add a new connection. There's a link you can find online. It's just this OpenStreetMap link that works extremely well for a base map, and just paste that in there and that will add your base map. So let's move that to the bottom here. Let's zoom out a little bit. You can see we're zoomed in a lot right there. And now it's showing up with a base map. So now we're ready to start packaging and export this over to Android. So first we're going to configure the current project. You can see we do not have a base map added yet. So let's set that as OpenStreetMap. And we can only copy features in the area of interest. Or you can go, it depends on what your reference layer is. In this case, it doesn't matter, but that could help save some data. So let's apply that, hit OK. All right, so now we are ready to, well, first we have to save this project. And just as you're saving it, the default's gonna be QGZ, but you're gonna wanna save this as a QGS file. QField is not compatible with QGZ files. So save it as a QGS, name it, whatever the project name should be, save it. And now you're ready to go ahead and go over to this QField sync plugin to export it. And so if you don't have this installed already, it's as simple as going to plugins, manage install plugins, search for all, and just type in QField sync. It's the first one that pops up. Go and install that, and that'll give you all the tools necessary to transfer to and from QGIS to your mobile device. So if you package it for QField right here, you just choose your export directory. This one right here, I have a folder set up for it already. So I set it as export form. We'll select that folder, and then you can go in and create the project. So I'm not going to do that right now. I've already created it and exported it, but that is how you move it out. But if you actually want to get it onto your Android device, you can go over to your Windows. You can see where I have my cell phone plugged in right here. Let's open up this in a new window, and you can go ahead, go to your export form. You can just copy the directory right here. Let's go back and just find your QGIS folder or QField folder on here. And you can see I've already pasted it before, and you can paste it in here, and then it's very easy to find it in your QField app for data collection. So now that we have that transferred over to Android, let me show off how this works in the field. Give me 1 second here. All right.
Welcome back, Elves. We're here right off Sunrise Golf Course in Fountain Hills, Arizona, and we're going to locate our NGS monument. So as you can see here, let me take a step back. We're already set up on the monument with this convenient post right here indicating the location. Let's switch over to
Nope.
GIS and show
Sorry
how
about
you
that.
can find it yourself. So I parked just off the corner of El Lago and Palisades over here. And you can see it's very easy just to follow the directions. Where you're oriented on the maps, our location, our NGS monument that we placed right here in orange. So let's select that. Of course, that is all the metadata we could ever need, including the name, the ellipsoidal height, et cetera, et cetera. So let's go back over here. Let's verify all of our settings are correct. So if we go down to settings, this is all fine, but we wanted to make sure our positioning is set to internal device. So that's fine right now because you're using mock location. We show you how to set up the mock location app earlier. So even though it says internal device, it's really taking everything from the Battle Flex. The giveaway is the 1 centimeter accuracy on the QField data collection screen. So we want to show the position information. We want to alert if our accuracy is anything below 0.02. We're going for survey grade accuracy here when we're set up on this NGS monument. Let's enable the accuracy requirement. As you can see, we have the antenna height set up here for 2.23 meters. We have a 2 meter survey pole plus 23 centimeters for the antenna offset. So, and we will skip the altitude correction. We'll just take what we get directly from the Battle Flex. Okay, so let's go back over here. So now we're ready to record our point. So let's just verify everything looks all right. So if we go to our camera here, you can see our flex is set up. We have green indicating the RTK fix. Let's switch over to our app to verify that. As you can see, we're using 0.1 navigation. It is connected and in use. Everything is flowing to the flex. We have just about centimeter accuracy. Let's go back over here. This is our mock location client. Let's scroll back, make sure everything looks fine. So let's go to QGIS now that we verified everything, and let's take our point. So we'll hit plus. We'll add this feature under survey control. Hit check, and now our location has been recorded right here on top of the point. That should do it for our survey control. Of course, now we have to go around and actually collect our points themselves, so stay tuned for that. And let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.
All right, so now that we've done that, let's go ahead and view a project after the fact. So I went around a local disc golf course here and collected some data points. And so I know a lot of you are surveyors and interested in getting your points out of GIS into CAD, and that is possible here in QGIS. But first, let me just show off how you get the points back into QGIS from your Android device. And I just wanted to mention too, the QField is available on iOS in a beta format. So if you are interested in that, you can go on their website and sign up for the beta. It's super easy. You can get on their test program. So let's go over here. And so you just go to synchronize from QField. You select the project folder and you just go to the same exact folder that we used before. Looks like my phone disconnected here, but you just go back to that same folder within your phone. And looks like it just popped up here. Go over to QField, go to your export form, and just bring that back in. So that's in already. So let's go back over here. So when you want to bring it into CAD, just make sure it's symbolized and labeled the way you want. Go over here to project, go to export right here, and you can export your project to the DXF, which is the open source format of DWG, equivalent to DWG. And so it's really important here that you choose your appropriate CRS. Right now, we're in Phoenix, so we're using Arizona State Plains Central, because these are the coordinates that are going to be used in your CAD program to georeference everything. So right here is symbology mode. Use your feature symbology right here. Save it as your project name, and as I said, choose the appropriate CRS. I also recommend choosing Force 2D output. Otherwise, some weird artifacts can be exported. But other than that, you should be good. So I've already exported it and opened it up in CAD over here. And if you can see on the bottom of the screen, sorry, I'm having some, the Zoom is covered my window a bit, that all the coordinates are in Arizona State Plain. You can see from the X and the Y over here in the view on the right side of the screen. So all of your CAD data is geo-referenced. You will have to mess around with the symbology a little bit. It's not perfect one-to-one, but it does allow you to get everything out of GIS into CAD. And that about concludes the process. Let me pop back over into the PowerPoint here, and I'll let Nick wrap it up.